My Muslim roommate asked me to vacate our apartment for a whole day because her mother was visiting. That was the text I woke up to. And honestly, I just stared at my phone like it was written in another language. Vacate? Not, could you stay quiet? Not, maybe disappear for a couple hours. But actually leave. The whole day. Apparently, her mom is conservative. She doesn't know her daughter lives with men. So if I'm there, even silent, the whole lie falls apart. I'm 23, a student, a creature of routine. When I've got a big assignment due, I basically glue myself to my desk. My sticky notes are there, my mug fits my hand perfectly. I pace between the window and the table while my laptop fan roars like a tiny jet. It's not aesthetic, it's survival. And this deadline, it was crushing me. Not just any assignment, this one was the big one. If I nailed it, I could keep my scholarship for next semester. If I tanked it, I'd be scrambling just to stay enrolled. So yeah, the only place I could actually focus, the only setup that worked for me, was at home. So when that message came in, I just froze, staring at the wall, waiting for the calm to come back. But it didn't. I typed back, trying to sound as respectful as possible.
I can stay in my room all day. I won't make a sound. I'll even get food delivered. I kept rewriting it because I really don't want to be that clueless roommate who tramples over someone else's culture or family. I get it. There are things bigger than me. But her reply? It has to look like I live with girls only. If mom finds out, it's a disaster. That word, disaster, stuck in my chest. I asked her what she meant. She didn't explain, just said it would ruin everything with my family. Now we've got a third roommate, Samantha. She's a girl, neutral as Switzerland. I asked her to weigh in, and she just shrugged and said, I see both sides. That's the kind of line that makes you feel so alone. She tried to help though.
Maybe we can schedule around the visit? But no, the visit was tomorrow, and my deadline, the day after. So I kept throwing out compromises. Headphones on, blinds closed, bathroom only at set times. I even said I'd leave during peak hours and come back late, like a ghost. Each time, Aisha just said no. Respectful, but firm. Like I'd been volunteered to carry this lie I didn't make. And I kept thinking, look, equal tenants should have equal rights. That's not me being stubborn, that's literally the lease. This is our home, not a hotel lobby where you reserve the space. But then again, that word, disaster. What kind of disaster was she actually talking about? Later, she admitted finding housing hadn't been easy. Every listing she could afford was already taken or unsafe, and when this apartment opened up, she didn't have a choice. It wasn't about wanting male roommates, it was about having a roof over her head. When I finally told her I couldn't just leave, the kitchen got heavy. She put her mug down like it was 5 kilos. I need this, she whispered, just this one day. And I felt myself harden, like I had to defend my little square of ground. I pay the same rent as you, I said. I have a deadline. I can disappear into my room, but I'm not packing up my life for the day. I couldn't stop thinking about it, so I went online, posted the story, asked the internet, am I the jerk for refusing to leave? The responses came in fast, like hail hitting glass. Most people said no, I wasn't wrong. Equal rent, equal rights. A roommate's lie isn't my responsibility. Some were super practical. If she needs you out, she should pay for hotel, food, transport. Others warned, if you give in once, you'll end up doing it again. And the more I scrolled, the angrier I got. Because they were right. Leaving isn't free. It's me losing my setup, my focus, my sanity. Why am I the one carrying this? So when Aisha came back again, whispering, please, just for the day, something inside me snapped. I blurted out, no, I'm not just vanishing for free. This is my home too. I pay rent just like you. Why am I the one who has to disappear? My voice came out sharper than I expected. The kitchen went dead silent. I could hear my heartbeat pounding in my ears. She looked crushed, like I'd just slammed a door in her face. And I hated that feeling. But for once, I'd actually drawn a line in the sand. The next morning, comments were still rolling in. Most were on my side. Equal rent, equal rights, not my responsibility. Some said if she really needed me gone, she should pay. But then I saw a few that cut deeper. One day of your discomfort isn't the same as her risking being cut off by family. Another, she's not just protecting a lie, she's protecting her entire future. That stuck with me, because suddenly I got it. I thought about how nervous I'd been just telling my dad I wanted to change majors. That was nothing compared to this. Multiply that by culture, religion, family pressure. Yeah, her disaster wasn't drama, it was survival. So I texted her. If I leave, it has to be on terms. You cover hotel, food, transport, upfront, clear time frame, and this is a one-time thing. Her reply came fast.
Okay, I'll cover it. Promise. And I'll text you when she's gone. For the first time, it felt less like a demand and more like a negotiation. So I packed my backpack, laptop, charger, even my external keyboard because my wrists hate me. I went to a friend's place, camped in his kitchen, pretended his chair was my usual chair. I worked late into the night. The couch was too sunken, my back aching, the lights too harsh, every sound sharp against my ears. The fridge hummed louder than my laptop, the chair wobbled every time I shifted, and the air smelled faintly of old takeout. Every little thing reminded me this wasn't home, and that alone made focusing 10 times harder. By 3 a.m., my eyes were burning, but I pushed through because I had no choice. My focus was restless, like a caged animal pacing, but I got enough done to keep the deadline from eating me alive. Finally, around 9 the next morning, my phone buzzed. All clear. Coming home that morning felt like walking into calm after a storm. We sat down and talked.
I told her, I can't carry this again. Not without planning, not without fairness. She nodded, eyes wet, and said she'd try to be more honest with her mom. Not all at once, piece by piece. And I didn't push. That's complicated. But we agreed on one thing. Kindness and boundaries can live together. Later, I posted an update, said I gave in for 1 day, under conditions. I admitted the comments shook me. The compassionate ones reminded me to see past my desk and my mug. The hateful ones reminded me that fairness and prejudice can blur real fast if you're not careful. If you want a neat ending, I met my deadline, Aisha survived the visit, Samantha stayed Switzerland. But the real ending is this. I learned something. Fairness and empathy can exist at the same time. I was right to draw a line. She was right to be afraid. What really matters is how we live in that space in between. So tell me, if you were in my shoes, what would you have done?